How you guys doing? And don't worry, I'm still judging you if you're saying, "Oh man, that was a long off time, long off season." Welcome back. It's the Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, where I go look alone plays and strategies specifically designed for GPPs. This is a show for people who are already informed in daily fantasy sports and how these contests operate. If you haven't questioned late NASCAR is a stupid question, feel free to shoot it on Twitter my way at BrandonCruzDFS on Twitter. Forgot my own intro. Take everything you hear with a grain of salt and use your best judgment when making entries. Additionally, if you have a game addiction, that's just not my problem. Check your sense of feelings at the door. We're talking about the Cup Series at Watkins Glen this week. I made a video on Monday or Tuesday kind of summarizing or summing up the last road courses we've seen in the Cup Series, in case you guys forgot, since it was a long time since the last road course race. Or you just kind of if you want a quick rundown of how the races have gone. And we kind of found out as we look back, like, these races have been pretty freaking stupid this year. Like, a lot of things have happened late in the race that have allowed people who didn't deserve good finishes to get good finishes, and guys who have been running well the entire race to lose positions late in the race. And so if you're looking at lap data, if you're looking at, how fast guys are head to head, I would much rather be looking at the longest green flag run versus the end of the race, because Sonoma got crazy. Obviously, Coda was in the rain. Road America, we had a long run. You had Alex Bowman get into his teammate Kyle Larson. You had some guys staying out on old tires, hoping for a caution to try and gain positions, and then they still end up gaining positions, like Eric Amarola. He started like third or second or fourth on the last restart and ended up going green. He fell back to 14th, but a lot of people pitted in that cycle, hoping for a yellow to kind of, leapfrog some of the guys who stayed out. And a lot of different strategies went into the end of the race that messed up a lot of finishing positions for people. So keep that in mind. Look at long run speed and not necessarily the finishing positions if you want a better idea of how people have been running in these races. I think Watkins Glen is going to go green, and this is my favorite road course. I think this is a real road course. I think stock cars perform much better on fast road courses than slow technical ones, but that's just me. So let's go ahead and start kind of grading these guys, ranking them, and talking about how I want to use them and everything like that. All right, so let's go ahead and get this running there. And sorry, I gotta bring this up. Okay, so there's a lot of guys who can lead laps in this race, and I expect fast laps and laps led to be spread out between quite a few people, especially if the race goes green. With no practice, that helps not one guy dominate the entire race, especially since they're starting deep in the field. People like Kyle Busch, people like Chase Elliott, people like Truex, Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. These are the types of guys who should have a fast car, but they at least have to kind of work their way up through the field. And so it allows other people like the Penske guys, the Penske trio, starting 1, 2, 3. I think one of these guys gets some early fast laps, even some laps led there, and then I don't know. A lot of guys can lead. We'll just start ranking them. Probably my least favorite right now is Logano. Just because I think Keselowski has the advantage on the initial restart, or at least the outside lane does, because they have that runoff room to get the momentum entering the S's, at least on the first lap. And so if I had to pin it down between Keselowski or Blaney, I'd probably lean more Keselowski. I'm not extremely high on any of the Penske guys, but this is where I would probably fall if I was going to go this way. I like Kyle Larson. We've seen him as a guy who's just been dominated on every single type of track this year, and dominating in the sense of showing up to the track competent, not fantasy-wise. Sure, he's done in some races, but I mean, like, this guy is literally leading everywhere. Like, this guy is the next 7-time champion if we use the old points format. Hopefully, Larson will never win a championship, or Hamlin, because we're using the playoff system. But that's where we're at right there. I like Larson. Harvick has been absolutely horrible, and it's not his fault. Absolutely not Harvick's fault. Don't let people talk you into that. He's been fine. I think Harvick can get a top 10 here, but when you look at Circuit of the Americas, he got ran over in the rain. When you look at Sonoma, he got involved in a wreck when Ross Chastain got spun out by Eric Jones. He had heavy damage on the right front. Byron ran into his left rear. That also ended Byron's day. So Harvick had a terrible day at Sonoma. Road America, one of the guys who pitted, didn't really ever have the speed, running about 18, 17, somewhere around there. But Harvick is better than the finishes that he's gotten. I think you do need to at least take a glance at Harvick. Maybe not consider him as like the best play, but I think he can get a top 10 finish. Now, do I think he's going to lead laps? No. Do I think he's going to be useful for fantasy? No, that was a very long-winded answer. Harvick isn't in there. I got him at 3.8 value. I don't know why I said I need to consider him. I was talking more his finishing position, but I got him for 33 points right now. Sorry about that. I got carried away, started going on a rant. Hamlin, I got him for 43 points right now. I think you need to consider him. I like Bell a lot. When you look at Christopher Bell, and I even wrote this down because I had to look at why he finished there. So at Dakota finish at Road America, he's one of the guys that Bubba Wallace ran into. The same wreck that took out Harvick took out Christopher Bell in this race. And then Sonoma, he was in 8th place. They were entering the carousel on the final restart, or second to last restart, and he got turned by Anthony Alfredo. I think Alex Bowman turned him. Anyway, so he was running 11th at Coda when he got involved in the wreck with Bubba Wallace. He was running 8th at Sonoma. So if you look at how Bell has ran this entire year, won the Daytona Road Course, pretty much had the third best car there. At Coda, running 11th in the rain, that's impressive. Sonoma, running 8th at the end of the race when accounts just got taken out, and then finished second at Road America, drove through the field on that final run. So when you're looking at the final run at Road America, I know I said a lot of guys pitted and a lot of guys finished better than they should have. But when you look at who had speed, I know Stenhouse finished up there, but he had speed all day. He just kept going back into pit road because he had a tire issue that he kept having tires go down. A piece of metal was rubbing. When you look at Christopher Bell on that final run, yes, he's passing some guys on older tires. Yes, some of the guys behind him are pitting, and so it's kind of just him in the top 8 running. But Christopher Bell drove through the field on the final run at Road America. Christopher Bell probably has the third best car in the Cup Series right now on road courses at $8,800. He's going to be a guy I'm going to focus on heavily this race. Hopefully 50-50 right now if he gets in a wreck late in a race. But I really like Christopher Bell this week. Eric Almirola, going to be a no for me. That's how that is. I forgot who mentioned it on YouTube, but he wanted me to apologize about New Hampshire. New Hampshire sucks, okay? New Hampshire, it's absolutely horrible. It was a joke of a race. It was a joke of a race. NASCAR knew the race was going to be boring with Kyle Busch and Truex in it, so they took him out of the race. They had to end the race early because they couldn't see it. What is that? Anyway, I'm glad Eric Almirola got this one. I wish we had 17 winners so McDowell could be punted out of the playoffs the year that he wins the 500. Long story short, not a fan of this playoff, but you already know that. Martin Truex Jr. needs to be considered as well. I think you need at least one of these 10K guys, maybe even two, like Elliott, Truex, and Larson. I think it might even be contrarian to play two of those. Right now, I see myself playing a lot of Chase Elliott and Christopher Bell together, but that's where we're at right now. I think you need to consider Alex Bowman. I think he's too cheap. Kind of the same situation with Christopher Bell. Kind of just been caught up in stuff late in races. Pretty much had top 10 in every single race. I already said that he had a braking issue and ran into Larson at Road America, had a flat tire. He had to pit finish 22nd there, but he had pretty much the 10th, 9th best car at Road America all day at $8,600. I'll take that on a race to where not only do you need place differential from the guys in the back, but there's not a lot of dominator points to be scored. I think Alex Bowman can work if he can work his way inside the top 5. Right now I'm giving him a 7th place. I think that's fine. Elliott, I'm not even going to waste time talking about him. You already know what to do there. Chastain, you need to consider as well. He's been stupidly consistent so far at the road courses. Right now I got him at 37 points. I could easily be bumped up if I want to give him higher than like a 9th and 8th place finish, or if I think he might end up leading a lap or doing something along those lines. Reddick, Not going to happen for me. Matt DiBenedetto, not going to happen for me. I was going to say something about DiBenedetto, but I'm not going to. William Byron is about the only Hendrick guy that I'm wary of playing because he's $9,800, so he's not cheap. Sure, he has some place differential, but I would honestly pay. I'd rather pay $8,600 for Alex Bowman than $98 for William Byron. And then there's other guys that I want to focus on. So I don't think I'm going to get to Byron. I could be wrong, but Thursday, 11:30 right now. I don't think I'm even going Byron. I love Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon seems like the best value on the slate. I think that's where we're at right there. Kurt Busch, probably the sixth most consistent guy right now in terms of his race car. Obviously, he's finishing a bit better than that. Probably the fourth best road course racer right now, but I think he's around sixth in the field in general. I think we might be overpaying for Kurt Busch. Like, if I give him like a 10th place, that's like 42 points. I think that's overpaying. Kurt Busch is really, really interesting. It depends on how well he does, because if Kurt finishes fourth, I think he's a great play. If he finishes 8th, 9th, even 10th, he might not be optimal. He could score well. I think he's going to score well. But in terms of optimal, I think Kurt Busch is more important than we're considering, because if he's optimal, well, then I think he's going to be chalky. And so a lot of people are going to end up playing him. If he's not optimal, but he scores well, well, then the optimal lineup is going to be built a bit different, or using some different guys, since you're not using the 10K for Kurt Busch. For me, game theory says, because I got Kurt Busch projected for 42 points right now. If that's the case, he's not hitting 5x value. He's going to carry more ownership than usual because people are seeing how consistent he is on road courses. I don't think he's worth the play. I keep him as a C right now. I might bump him up later in the week, but right now it seems like I want to be under the field on Kurt Busch. That's where we're at right now. Stenhouse had a stupid fast car at Road America. I already said that. They're bringing good equipment to the road courses. He just had an issue there. I know he finished 12th. I got him finishing around 15th this week. I like Stenhouse a lot. I also like Cole Custer, but I'd much rather pay the $6,300 to get Stenhouse in a lineup. So right now I think I'm going to be overweight on Bell, Elliott, Stenhouse. That's where I'm at right now early in the week. I like Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez. So it's half and half right now. He's had mechanical issues at the road courses. This seems to be their weakness, despite how well they finished when they actually have equipment that goes well. I think Suarez is... I think he has a high chance of being optimal. It just depends on if his equipment stays there. I like Suarez, but the equipment really does concern me. If you want to get off Suarez, or you can't afford him, I like Eric Jones as well. I got Eric Jones for 34 points right now. I know that's a 4.8. I think you can get a bit more than that, but that's just where my baseline is for Eric Jones right now. If he gets like 37 points, 38, certainly 39, I think Eric is going to be optimal. Priest, I don't think I'm going to get there. I might. I'm going to leave him in there. Right now I got Priest projected for 27 points. I was messing around with 24 points earlier, 25. Soon at 27. I might do more projections at 25 just to see where he's at. If he hits like a 4.5 value. But that's where I'm at. Chris Buescher, not going to do it. Not going to be there this week. McDowell, underpriced. He's a good road course racer. I think you need to consider him. Wallace has been pretty piss poor on the road courses, but if you need to get different, if you got 6,600 left, I don't hate going there. Chase Briscoe, I got him right at a 5x value. Actually, right under. I think it's 4.9 because I got him at 41 points. Yeah, I might even give him a fast lap. I don't know. I don't mind Briscoe. That's where we're at. Newman is going to be a no for me. LaJoy is actually a 5x value. I like him in the 5K, and that's maybe why I don't like Priest as much, because I might end up going LaJoy more than maybe than I should. Probably not going to do Haley. Alfredo was up front at the end of the Sonoma race. Remember, I kind of told you what happened on the second to last restart. He got there on pure pit road strategy. They've been doing that all year on the short tracks and the road courses. They're either staying out or getting off sequence. I think this is a racetrack that really hurts that type of strategy, because if this race goes green, it's not only so fast, so tires do matter. I'm not saying there's tire wear as much as like Darlington or something, but you want to be on new tires, and you can kind of hold off drivers on newer tires on a slower road course. Here, it's going to be hard. I think Alfredo and them are going to do something stupid to where they stay out late in the race and they get past in the long run. I don't like him. I don't like Smithley. Kyle is in the Xfinity Series race, so depending on how well he does, if I think he actually likes the track, I might end up playing more Kyle at 5,000. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm probably thinking, I'm not playing Kyle. What am I talking about? Blicky, no. It's going to be a no on Half. I don't think you need to go at the bottom range this week. And that's where we're at. So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's half the field that I think you got to consider. And when you break it down more in terms of price ranges, I think it kind of boils down to maybe like 14 real drivers in my player pool that I like this week. So that's where we're at right now on a Thursday. Going to try and do another live show with Jordan on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be live shows for the Xfinity Series or the Truck Series this week, just because it's a doubleheader, so I'd have to get up early and get that. So I don't know. We'll figure it out there. But Sunday, live show coming for sure. Jordan should be joining me. If he can't, then it'll just be me here. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully this gives you an idea of where I'm at. If you like this or want to support me, Patreon, PayPal, links below. And thank you. We'll see you next time.